So good morning, class, and welcome to this session. We'll get started in next 2 minutes. How many people have joined? 10 people, okay. Okay, guys. So I'm sharing the screen, guys. What about others? Are they able to see the screen? So there are very few people who have come to the class today. तुम लोग मुझे बता देते तो मैं भी घर से क्लास ले लेता. इतनी दूर नहीं आता. Only 3 to 5 people in class. Rest all have joined online. I guess. Okay, fair enough, no problem. I understand it's a festival season, so some people might have gone home. Acha, first of all, any doubt, any questions from the last few things which we have discussed in the previous session? NLP में कोई doubt है जो भी discuss किया अब तक? बताओ.
No, sir.
No?
No.
So let's get started. And so guys, actually I'm still not 100% well. 70% ही तबीयत ठीक है. So probably I'll not be able to devote many hours today, but probably tomorrow we'll increase the time a bit more. But let me set up the agenda for today. The agenda for today would be to discuss the two, if not two, then at least one of the pre-trained libraries. That is your TextBlob and Vader. So these are the two pre-trained libraries which can be used for your sentiment analysis. Okay, they can be used for your sentiment analysis. They are already pre-trained libraries. Okay. So till this point, when we were doing a sentiment analysis, so remember I had shared two data sets on which we can do sentiment analysis. One was your TripAdvisor, another was your Amazon Food or whatever. So if you want to do sentiment analysis, you can also use your TextBlob and the Vader library. So we will see how to use these libraries. Okay, so they are already pre-trained. So like your Pandas, NumPy or other libraries, they are also pre-trained libraries which you can directly use it. Okay. So shall we get started? Okay. Give me a minute. Okay. So TextBlob and Vader are two different libraries. Let's first start with the TextBlob. So from TextBlob, import TextBlob. Right. So I'm expecting people will get an error. If you get an error, please find the solution also on the Google. So most probably you need to pip install your TextBlob library. So I'm putting this command on the chat window. Please take it from there. Okay. Guys, done. Line number 2 सबकी run हो रही है? Yes. Okay. So then, guys, everyone, please have a look at the line number 8. So at line number 8, what are the I have created one sentence. Food made at restaurant was very good. Now, what is this statement? Can I say this statement is a positive statement? A positive sentiment, right? Then what I'm doing? I'm saying text blob, text one. What is text one? You have already written a sentence. And this blob one is just a variable. You can take any variable. Let me say ABCD, whatever. And then you say ABCD dot sentiment. So it gives you two things. It gives you two things, polarity and subjectivity. Polarity and subjectivity. So if you notice, polarity is between your -1 to +1. So for example, देखो यहाँ पे सब लोग please accident देखना. Instead of good, I am writing bad. Do you notice the score goes to minus? So polarity, the value of polarity would be from -1 to +1, where minus indicates it's a negative sentiment, plus indicates it's a positive sentiment. So polarity से समझ में ही आ रहा है कि that polarity means it is your sentiment, relates to sentiment. Subjectivity. What is the English meaning of subjectivity? Subjectivity का meaning क्या होता है? The same meaning is conveyed over here. To adhere to something? No, probably. Subjectivity is, it is subjective to some condition. Suppose करो अगर एक क्वेश्चन पूछा जाए कि is this, suppose करो एक क्वेश्चन पूछता हूँ, who is Prime Minister of India? तो एक पर्टिकुलर आंसर आएगा. तो let's say Modi is the Prime Minister of India. So subjectivity is not there. But अगर मैं पूछूं is he a good Prime Minister? तो कुछ का ओपिनियन हो सकता है हाँ, कुछ का हो सकता है ना. It is subjective to subject. It is subjective to the person. So subjectivity is referring to your opinion. ठीक है? It is referring to your opinion. So for example, restaurant was very bad or very good. It is your opinion also. किसी की नजर में हो सकता है अच्छा हो, किसी की नजर में हो सकता है बुरा हो. So it is subjective also. So for example, let me take another sentence. And then probably you'll realize what subjectivity is. Let me say text 2. And I put it as text 2. And I say, earth this. ये एसी जिसने भी चलाया प्लीज उठ के बंद कर दो, अदरवाइज मेरी तबीयत और खराब हो जाएगी. Okay, so do you notice over here the subjectivity, the score of subjectivity goes down. Why? Because earth is round is probably not a kind of opinion, it is a kind of fact. ये एक fact है, तो subjectivity point would be less. So for example, let me say earth, India is a country. So subjectivity goes down to even lower because again it is a fact. It has nothing to do with your opinion. So subjectivity score would be from 0 to 1. 0 will indicate that it is a kind of fact and higher value will indicate it's a kind of opinion. Polarity would be from -1 to +1, where minus will indicate your negative sentiment and plus will indicate your positive sentiment. Okay. Let me take another example. So text 3. Food made was restaurant was very, very, very good. Now let's see what happens. So good की I think spelling गड़बड़ है वो शायद सही लिखेगा. So polarity goes to this again 0.9099. Or instead of good, let me say it was awesome. Polarity becomes 1. Now you can try different examples. Take 3-4 minutes and try it. किसका यहाँ तक हो गया प्लीज? तुम लोग का तीनों का पीछे टेक्स्ट ब्लॉक इंस्टॉल नहीं हो रहा, क्यों? हाँ
दो तरीके से
लाइन में कुछ पैदल भी आया तो उसमें भी हो गया, तो बार बार यूज हो गया। मेरा स्क्रीन ना रन करो, लाइन नंबर 12 रन करो। Install C1 OHP. C1 what we get in the desktop. Line number 4 to comment. Line number 3 is that comment. Install desktop. Like people start desktop easier every time. ABC.sentimental. ठीक तो है, इसकी हेल्प कर दो। ओके ठीक है। ओके नाउ सी गाइस, सबका यहाँ तक हुआ? तुम्हारा लास्ट पर्सन कोई पर्टिकुलर चैलेंज? ठीक है। See guys, now people might be thinking ki what would be the use of these libraries, text block or whatever. So the usage for them, they can be in various scenarios you can use. So for example, let's say your company has launched a product has launched a product and people are giving comments about the product. Or if you are not able to connect with the product, you can say a new movie has been launched and people are writing something on the Twitter. So probably they are writing. So over there, you do not have a drop down to select the rating. So whether the rating is 1, 2, 3, or 4, people are just coming and writing their comments. Okay. Now comments can be positive also and can be negative also. So how would you analyze whether the product is being liked by the people or movie is being liked by the people? So only one thing is either you read all the comments or whatever opinions people are giving, or you use a pre-trained library. You extract the comments and run your text block. Okay. Okay. Any doubt, any questions till this point? Yes, tell me. If not, then let's run our text blob on our data set. Okay. Do people have that data set, TripAdvisor? You have that data set, TripAdvisor? Please
Yes.
read. Please read the TripAdvisor data set. Take 2 minutes. Just read your file. Just read your file, and then we will work together on it. Read किया?
Done, sir.
Done? Okay. Sure. In meantime, even I have read the file. So this data set, probably people are already aware with, right? Kitne record हुए? 20,490. Okay. So review and rating. Okay. So let's say we do not have the rating columns. Let's say we do not have a rating column, but we want to do sentiment analysis. Suppose करो हमारे पास rating column नहीं है. We do not have a rating column. We only have review column. We only have the review column, but we want to do the sentiment analysis. Now there are two ways. Either you read all the 20,000 sentiments, or you run it. You run your text block. Okay. So for running the text block, so for example, let me say I'll just use text block, and let me say blob equal to, and instead of writing the text, let me say TAD. What is TAD? TAD is the name of my data frame, right? TAD. And if I say 0:0, first of all, If I say 0:0, then what will it be? Sure. क्या प्रॉब्लम भाई? Okay. See, so what I've done is I have said ilog. So when I'm saying 0, it means it will select the first row. And this 0 means from the first row, it will select the first column. So can you notice it is selecting the part nice, hotel, expensive. It is nothing but the same thing. The same thing, Ari. So it is selecting the review for the first record. And it is not selecting the rating part. Rating part ko select nahi kar raha, it is selecting only the review part. Okay. Because I am assuming, let's say rating is not there. So if you want, you can even drop the rating column, but I'm not dropping it. I'm just saying. Okay. Now, so what I want to do is I want to select the what? I want to select the polarity score for each of them. Acha, guys, now everyone again, please have a look. So when I say blob dot sentiment, so when I say blob dot sentiment, it gives me polarity and subjectivity both. Sab log please line number 32 ko dekho dhyan se. When I say blob dot polarity, it gives me polarity and subjectivity both. But if I say something like this, it gives me only the polarity. It gives me only the polarity. At line number 32, do you notice the output is in form of the tuple? Tuple mein aata hai. And we know that on tuple indexing can be done. Okay, set to indexing nahi kar sakte, but on tuple we can do the indexing. So now what I'll do is I'll use the very same logic which you have used in your k-means or KNN. I will extract the polarity for each of the 20,491 centimeter. So मैं क्या करूँगा? पहले मैं एक sentiment list, इसको एक empty list बना लेता हूँ. Then I'll say for I in range 0, TAD dot shape 0, TAD dot shape 0, and then what I'll do, I'll say blob and I'll say I. Then what I'll say, blob dot sentiment polarities T score is equal to this. Then I'll say sentiment list dot append, and I'll say polarity score. And let's see what happens. So it is taking some time. Let's wait. Let's have patience. Okay. So it has done. Length, sentiment list. So 20,491. Okay. So now what I can do is, सब लोग please यहाँ तक करो. अच्छा, is everyone clear? What is this line number 34 doing? Cell number 34 समझ में आ रहा है सबको?
Yes, sir.
Yes, but फिर भी मैं एक बार समझा देता हूँ. For I in range 0, what is TAD? TAD is the name of my data frame. And shape 0. Shape 0 means I am selecting the rows. ठीक है? Blob equal to text blob, tat, I log, I, 0. So value of I will start from 0 and it will go till 20,491. And this would always be 0. Why? Because I want to extract the review. ठीक है ना? पहले ही बताया मैंने. Then polarity score is equal to blob dot sentiment. So I have already explained this thing. So when you say sentiment 0, it will only extract the polarity score and it will not extract the subjectivity score. And then what I am doing, I am appending it in a empty list. So all these steps I have explained earlier itself. At line number 34, I have just combined them. So just wait till line number 36. Just line number 36 tak ho jayega. They will just have patience while others do it. And then probably we'll do our analysis. We'll do our analytics. One. Okay. Now, so basically what I've done, I have extracted the score. But if I ask you a question, was overall sentiment positive or negative? So kya karoge? So let's do some analytics. Let's do one thing. So what is TAD? TAD is the name of my data frame. इसमें एक new column add कर लेते हैं. Let me say sentiment score. Let's add a new thing. And then what you need to do is you just need to put it like this. Kaam khatam. Now, if you see the TAD dot head, you can see a new column, sentiment score has been attached. So in front of each and every comment, you have a score also. Now doing the analysis is very easy. We know I can just run the describe function. I can run the describe function and it can tell you what is the minimum. Minimum is -1, maximum is 1. And 50% is 0.28. 75% is 0.38. Maximum is this. Okay. So probably you can see that overall sentiment seems to be positive only. Why? Because the median value is 0.28. Median value is 0.28. At least it is not negative. Negative, so at least nahi hai, right? Or if you want, you can find the sum also. So sum should be positive. I'll not say sum. Sum doesn't make much sense. Let me say mean. So mean is around 0.27. So overall seems to be positive. Overall seems to be positive because had it been a overall negative sentiment, then the score could have been, the mean value could have been in minus also. Okay, na? The mean value could have been in minus also. And then if you want, you can do some more analysis. If you want to see how many values are negative. अगर मुझे ये पता लगाना हो कितने values negative हैं, then what can I do? I can say less than 0. Let's see, will it work? Or I'll just combine it with tag less than 0. And I can say dot shape. So out of 20,000 records, 1,356 are negative. So around 18,000 would be positive. So इसके आगे comment लिख सकते हो. For these many, sentiment is negative. Okay, this is how you can do your analytics.
Sir, can you show above code, that one? Okay, I'm getting some error.
See, I'll tell you at line number 37, what is TAD? TAD is the name of your data frame. Sentiment score is the name of the new column which I'm creating. And SENT underscore list is the name of your list. Okay. And then you run your describe function. तुम बहुत late हो.
Sir, why do we take tag means shape into bracket 0?
Where? At which line?
Sir, in that list line, sir, where we made list.
This one, line number 34.
Yeah, sir.
See, when you are running the loop, Vaishnavi, you need to extract each and every sentiment. So first, so it means you will extract this review, then you will extract the second review. Okay. So it means you need to start from the first row and go till the second row. Sorry, start from the first row and go till your last row.
Yes.
Right. So when you say shape, it gives you number of rows and column. When you say 0, it gives only you the number of rows.
Yes, sir.
समझ में आया?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
क्यों नहीं रन होगा? बिल्कुल रन होगा. डिस्क्राइब की मेरी स्पेलिंग शायद गलत हो गई है. डिस्क्राइब series object has no attribute describe. Series का नहीं. मतलब तुम्हें लग रहा है तुम सॉल्व नहीं कर पाओगे? पहले डेटा फ्रेम को प्रिंट करो. देखो क्या इस नाम का कॉलम है. इस नाम जिसको तुम डिस्क्राइब करो. फिर डेटा फ्रेम डॉट कॉलम नेम. फिर उस पर डिस्क्राइब फंक्शन करो. Anyone else who has any other doubt or questions? So basically, at the end, I can conclude that overall sentiment seems to be positive. Okay?
Yes. Sir, we means when we do this text block, we don't need to remove that words.
No, you don't need to remove. You don't need to see because why? Because you are not creating a. If you want, you can remove them also. I'm not denying it, but probably there is no need. Okay, if you want, you can remove them because this library is already intelligent enough. It will ignore these stop words. Okay. See, I think then people did not notice one thing, or probably I did not made them notice one thing. So food made at the restaurant was very, very awesome. At line number 18, देखो guys. So subjectivity is 1 point, sorry, polarity is 1.0. Let me say मैं at the हटा देता हूँ. तभी भी देख रहा हूँ वो 1.0 आ रहा है. और was, let me say was को भी हटा देता हूँ. What it is focusing on those words which are having the special meaning. So it is already pre-trained. So basically, if you read the documentation of TextBlock for each and every word, so for example, very awesome, all these words are assigned with one score. ठीक है, some positive numbers assigned किया गया उन्हें, and similarly words like your bad or whatever, they have assigned a negative score. So word like this, a, all these things have been assigned 0 score probably. So even if you keep those words or if you don't keep those words, the answer still comes out to be same. ठीक है ना? It is a pre-trained library, इतना याद रखो, ठीक है ना? हजारों घंटों की मेहनत के बाद वो शायद तैयार की गई होगी, जिसको हम लोग डायरेक्टली प्लग इन प्ले कर रहे हैं. ओके, नहीं हुआ? हो गया? नहीं हुआ? नहीं होता है मेरे भाई, होता है. हो गया? नहीं, वो ऑटो चेंज नहीं हुआ था. कैसा हुआ था, मैंने ना टैब प्रेस किया था और टैब प्रेस करने के साथ साथ कुछ लिख भी दिया था, लेकिन एंटर पहले ही मार दिया था. तो वो गलत लिखा हुआ था लेकिन एंटर पहले मारा हुआ था, तो उसने ओरिजिनल फंक्शन को ले लिया था. ठीक है. अच्छा, let's move toward the next library, and probably this would be the last part of today's session, and I'm not feeling that well. Let's explore another library, that is our Vader library. And guys, अगर आप next time को interview में या कहीं पे भी पूछता है, and if you say that you are going to NLP, probably there might be expectation that people are expecting that you as a person know about these pre-trained libraries, TextBlob and Vader. Okay, and then there are many other libraries also. Let's continue. Very big list. नए नए libraries लोग बनाते रहते हैं, डालते रहते हैं, but these two are heavily used across the spectrum. Let's explore another library, that is a Vader library. Okay. So the purpose of Vader library is also almost same as your TextBlock. It is also a pre-trained library used for your sentiment analysis. NLTK import कर लो. Import nltk.sentiment.peter. Import this thing. ठीक है. I'm putting this last line on the chat window. ठीक है. And in front of Vader, write a comment. It's a pre-trained. Okay, it's a pre-trained library, again used for your sentiment analysis. Okay. So some people might be having issue at line number 51. Please do your necessary input. nltk.sentiment.vader, import sentiment intensity analysis. So last line मैंने chat पर रखी, please take it from there. Don't make any spelling mistake. Done?
Done, sir.
No. Done. NFTK dot download, and you need to download your ये क्या चीज है reader underscore false. False क्यों हो गया भाई? See, so Vader underscore lexicon. So if you get true, it means you are good to go. If you get true, it means your job is done. Just wait. So what does lexicon means in English? Lexicon means dictionary. Yes, you are absolutely right. Another name for dictionary or synonym for dictionary is nothing but lexicon. Yeah. So basically, I am downloading a pre-trained dictionary. Okay. सबको true आया? True आ गया, it means a dictionary has been downloaded and we will use that same dictionary. Okay, let's create an object of sentiment intensity analyzer. Let's create an object of sentiment intensity analyzer. And then I'll say sentiment dot polarity score. And then say since मैं थोड़ा सा बीमार रह के आया हूँ अभी, let me say cough syrup was awesome. I had heavenly feeling after having it. Okay. Cough syrup पिया तो heavenly feeling आई. Okay. So or whatever you drink tea or whatever you write a sentence. Write a sentence which is either positive or negative. Suppose see, basic at the objective of Vader library is also same almost as your text block, but the output it gives you is in little different format. So it says you NEG. I hope people can guess. It stands for negative. NEU stands for your neutral. POS stands for your positive. So this statement actually cough syrup पीने का जो feeling आई थी वो मैं ही जानता हूँ, but according to the software, it is negative is not there. It is the probability that it is neutral is 0.616. Probability that it is positive, it is 0.384. And compound is your overall score. Let's do one thing. Let's take something and let me say movie was horrible. Okay, movie was horrible. So do you notice now this time the compound value becomes minus, which means it's a negative. Overall, it is a negative sentiment. So it may give you some score for your negative, neutral, positive, but what you need to focus is on compound. If compound is negative, it means overall it is negative. If compound is positive, overall it is positive. And the value of compound will again go from your -1 till your +1. Or let me say movie was absolutely horrible. So score even goes down a bit further. Horrible and bad. Score और नीचे चला जाता है. -0.8204. Try reducing the score and see can it breach -1. Probably it will not breach -1 की boundary. or probably it will also not breach the +1 boundary. Compound score should not be less than -1 and should not be greater than +1. देखो कहीं ऐसा सिनेरियो आता है क्या? Probably it won't be possible. -0.6 ना? But it's not. So it is not breaching the boundary of -1 na? So score would always be between your -1 to +1, right? So focus on your compound score. Focus on your compound score. Done, guys? Acha, now, in this score, do you notice one thing? It is giving you 4 values. And what is the output? What is the type of the output? Output ka type kya hai, guys? Dictionary, yes. Can you notice the choice of the bracket? Can you notice the choice of the bracket? So if I say something like this, and let me say, if I say compound, if I say COMPOUND, if I say compound, do you notice it gives you only the compound score? Okay. What is compound? Compound is acting as a name of your dictionary also. Or the best thing would be, let me say I store the output in the score. And if I say score, and if I say compound. Okay. So basically, can we use the same logic for writing a for loop? Let me say compound list equal to 1 empty list. और अब क्या करूंगा मैं? कॉपी पेस्ट में हम भी अच्छे हैं, ऐसी बात नहीं है. यहाँ कर देंगे सेंटीमेंट लिस्ट हटा देंगे, टेक्स्ट ब्लॉक की जगह कर देंगे सेंटीमेंट पोलैरिटी स्कोर. और यहाँ कर देंगे स्कोर. Sentiment score. Compound list. That's it. So compound list आ गया. Score, and let me add Vader so that I can separate it. Compound list. You can see. Score Vader. And then if you want, you can do the analysis, describe and all those functions of Vader score also. Guys, I am not explaining the line number 62, 63. My assumption is people are clear because it is almost the replica of the earlier, right? Only thing is, instead of text block, I have used sentiment polarity score. And if you want, you can create a new column. उस column का नाम थोड़ा सा change कर देना, score Vader कर देना, so that you can come to know that this score is from text block, this is from the अच्छा क्या है अरे नहीं मेरे को सिर्फ खांसी नहीं है यार मेरे को बहुत कुछ हो गया था वायरल फीवर हो गया था अभी तो मैं थोड़ा ठीक हूँ बट समहाउ खांसी अब तक 100% नहीं एक तो मेरी आदत ही बुरी है थोड़ा सा सही हुई तो ये इशू है लेकिन हो जाएगी ठीक हो जाएगी अच्छा now probably just for your practice if you want you can practice the same thing on your Amazon data set ठीक है but little later on अभी नहीं practice the same your text block and this thing I think मैंने एक फाइल दिया था ना Amazon food review right
yes sir
Amazon food review दिया था ना उस पे तुम लोग घर पे practice करना उस पे try running your text block or sentiment analysis and now if you're whenever you're preparing your resume you can mention text block and Vader library very powerful libraries for sentiment analysis या अपने रियल लाइफ में भी इनका यूज कर okay do one more thing let's do the last part how to create a word cloud and then probably today's session will come to an end how to create a word cloud right so before I put the code for word cloud or whatever it's very simple go to the Google and say word cloud and see any images so I know people haven't created word cloud till this point, but तुम सबने कहीं ना कहीं ऐसी चीजें देखी जरूर होंगी, right? पेपर में, न्यूज मैगजीन में या वेबसाइट्स पे, right? So this is nothing but your word cloud. This is nothing but your word cloud. ठीक है? So basically, if I want to write a sentence about word cloud, so what is word cloud? Word cloud is a pictorial representation of the most frequent word of the most frequent words जो most frequent words होते हैं उनका pictorial representation होता है ठीक है this is known as your word cloud okay now the usage of word cloud can be many so for example let me say if you create a word cloud for the recruitment HR or for the hiring manager, let me say, ठीक है? So hiring manager या recruitment manager उसको नहीं पता कि where in which area probably you should or in which technology she should focus or he should focus. So you create a word cloud for it. So word cloud will contain most frequent words. Now what do? You extract the, so suppose you create word cloud on some 100 job requirements. ठीक है, जिनको बोलते हैं ना जेडी जॉब डिस्क्रिप्शन. तुमने 100 जॉब डिस्क्रिप्शंस रैंडमली सेलेक्ट कर लिया फ्रॉम एनी वेबसाइट and you are creating a word cloud on it, and obviously keeping in mind that you have removed the stop words and all those things. Then probably, so when you are extracting the job JD 100 JDs, उस पे क्या कर सकते हो? You cannot do any sentiment analysis. You cannot say whether it's a positive sentiment or positive resume or negative resume. ऐसा कुछ तो possible नहीं है. Only thing which you can do is you can create the word cloud. उससे ज़्यादा क्या कर सकते हो तुम? You cannot do anything, right? So basically, if you create the word cloud on it, word cloud would be the most frequent word. So probably you may see that the word like your data may be very frequent. The word data science may be very frequent. The word Python may be frequent. Word analytics may be very frequent. These days, cloud technology is also very used, or GCP may be very frequent, or AWS may be very frequent. Java may also be frequent, or your web services may be very frequent. All these things probably you may see, and then probably you can get to know an idea that in which domain or in which technology maximum hiring is going on. Right? That is what the word cloud is. Okay. Now give me a minute. मैं एक बार word cloud के कोड को extract कर लूँ. Guys, do one thing. एक data frame था ना, spam and ham data frame. Please read that data frame. Read your ham and spam data. Read किया सबने? So df dot head. Okay. Now let's try to create a word cloud on this V2, column V2. If you have renamed the column V2, that is fine. अगर rename नहीं किया, that is okay. वर्ड क्लाउड में कोई प्रॉब्लम आ रही है? एक ऐसा क्लाउड प्रिंट हो जाएगा। देखो गाइस, कोई चैलेंज आ रहा है? आई थिंक ओनली चैलेंज यू वुड बी कमिंग इज फ्रॉम वर्ड क्लाउड इंपोर्ट वर्ड क्लाउड, राइट? इंपोर्ट हुआ सबका? हो गया? ओके, नाउ
Sir,
guys, please continue doing your coding, but as of now please listen over here. So what is word cloud? Word cloud I have already imported. Then I'm saying stop words equal to stop words dot words English. So stop words dot words English we have already discussed. Remember how to remove the stop words? So if this line is giving error, then you can import nltk.corpus import stop words. Okay. So while building the word cloud, I am ignoring the stop words. Then I'm saying generate str. What is df? Df is the name of my data frame. And what is v2? V2 is the name of your this thing column where your messages are there. Okay. Then if you want, you can see this thing. Let me say if you can see the cloud. Okay, so cloud, can we see the cloud? Okay. So probably you can't see the printing of cloud is probably not possible, but then if you want, you can plot it. Okay. Now guys, can you notice? सब लोग please एक second वापस देखो यहाँ पे. So every time when I run this thing, do you notice the cloud changes? Cloud change होता हुआ दिख रहा है? एक बार वापस रन करता हूँ. Cloud changes. That is one thing. Do you notice that different words, the font of different words are different? U का font अलग है, name का font अलग है, the font of Go. So font as in size. The size is different. जिसका size जितना बड़ा है, the frequency is also more. ठीक है? So higher the font size or bigger the font size, more is the frequency. So whenever I run it, the diagram, can you notice that orientation changes, but the font size doesn't change. Focus on the font size of Go. So as of now, the Go is on the bottom right hand side. So it may shift from bottom right hand side to somewhere, but the font size will still remain same. Can you notice? And font size remains same because the frequency of Go will still remain the same. So orientation will change, but the font will not change. Font size will not change. Okay. Now please go ahead. Yeah, now this word cloud comes with a lot of options, lot of decorative options. So expectation is people will explore a bit on their own also. Shift tab करके देखो. And the number of beautification parameters can be many. So maximum words, you can choose maximum words. So for example, let's discuss few of them. So maximum words is 200, that is a default over here. But let me say, if I say maximum words equal to, just for an example purpose, let me say 10. Can you notice only 10 words are coming? Top 10 words or top most frequent 10 words or most frequent 10 words would be coming. And then you can change the background color and whatever. Highly recommended, guys. एक बार इसका documentation पढ़ लेना. Margin. Then you can change the font size also. Minimum font size, random state. बहुत सारी चीजें हैं, ठीक है. So counter width, counter color, black. So background color, whatever. ठीक है. So just go read the documentation. ठीक है. And see what all things you want to. Output अलग-अलग रह सकता है, but for example, see, देखो, output would be different also and same also. Orientation may be different. जो word तुम्हारे में left में हो, मेरे में right में होगा, but font दोनों का same होगा. If you notice, shape change कर सकते हो. For example, let me say random state. Random state पता है? Let me say random state equal to 1, 2, 3. Let's do it. इसको इधर ही डाल देते हैं. अच्छा, now if I run the line number 99, tell me, is the output changing or not changing? क्यों चेंज नहीं कर रहा है? आउटपुट चेंज नहीं कर रहा है. एक काम करो, तुम सब लोग रैंडम स्टेट 1, 2, 3 ले लो और देखो तुम्हारा और मेरा सेम आएगा. अगर रैंडम स्टेट सेम है, इट मींस यू आर जनरेटिंग अ यूनिक कॉम्बिनेशन. रैंडम स्टेट कैन बी एनी नंबर. तुम लोग को सैम्पलिंग करने के बाद भी रैंडम स्टेट नहीं पता है क्या है? रैंडम सैम्पलिंग करिए ना, बट रैंडम स्टेट नहीं पता है? चलो ठीक है, कभी तुम्हें रैंडम स्टेट बता देंगे. ठीक है, दिस वाज जस्ट आंसर टू योर क्वेश्चन. If you want to fix it, you can use some random number. सेम आएगा, मुझे पता है.
Professor,
tell me.
it says no module name word cloud.
No module name word cloud, guys. What was the solution for it? उसके लिए solution mention करो chat पर. Mention the solution for it. Pip install word cloud. Okay. So this is the solution.
Okay, thank you.
आपका आउटपुट और मेरा आउटपुट अलग है।
Random state अलग है.
हाँ डाल।
Random state same है.
हाँ 1 2
Maximum words इतना ही है.
हाँ 10
Same आएगा. Same आएगा. तुम अपने कोड को 5 बार रन करो, देखो हर बार तुम्हारा आउटपुट भी सेम आ रहा होगा. See guys, सबका हो गया? पहले बताओ. I want to discuss what is random state. ये random state क्या होता है? Random state has nothing to do with your word cloud. It is much beyond it. Try understanding as a concept, guys. जो लोग ऑनलाइन में, guys, online folks, please confirm, are they clear till this point?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Can we quickly discuss the last part, random state? ठीक है ना? What is random state? ठीक है. Probably शायद मैंने बताया नहीं या पूछा नहीं गया, जो भी है. Okay. So let's discuss the concept of random state. Keep one thing in mind, that this random state has nothing to do with your word cloud. Probably I'm introducing it over here, but the concept wise it is much beyond this word cloud. So random state, if someone is unmuted, please mute karo, or whatever noise it is.
हाँ बोल रहे. हाँ बोल. हाँ बोल.
Logic, please go on mute. कौन है Logic? क्लास में है? Logic, go on mute. Okay, at least चलो noise नहीं आ रहा पीछे. ठीक है. See, random. Let's do one thing. From sklearn dot model selection import train test bit. Okay. तुम लोग को कुछ कोड रन करने की जरूरत नहीं. Just focus over here. Now, if I say train test bit, okay, train test bit, and what is the name of my data frame? Name of my data frame is df. Let me say df train and df test equal to train test split, and I said df test size equal to, let me say 0.2. So everyone is very much familiar with these two lines. बचपन से करते आ रहा. Now, when I say df train, so I know that 80% is gone in train, but df train dot, when I say head, कौन है भाई? Please go on mute. जिसने भी unmute किया, ठीक है? ठीक है? Okay. So now when I run this thing, df train dot head, do you notice 12926547? So what does this 1292 means? This 1292 means the record number 1292 of my df is the first record in my train. यही मतलब होता है? So record number 4043 of my original data frame df is record number 5 in my train data set. Every time when I run, the records keep on shuffling. The records keep on shuffling. Right? Now, suppose you and your friend want to generate the same sample. तो कैसे possible होगा? ऐसे possible होगा. What you can do is, you can add a random state over here also. You can add a random state over here also. So let me say random state equal to some number. जो number तुमको चाहिए वो डाल दो. Now every time you run. So अब देखो 3269 729 3247 whatever. Is the data same? Output same आ रहा है सबका? ठीक है. Every time I run, I am getting the same thing. So what is this random state? This random state is in a way you refer to as your fix the seed. So fix the seed. So for example, if you're putting the mango seed, you will get a mango tree. If you're putting the apple seed, you'll get a apple. So for each unique number or for each random number, a unique sample would be generated. Okay. For each random number, a unique sample would be generated. So you can put any number, 5 digit, 6 digit, 1 digit, 2 digit. For each unique number, a unique sample would be generated. So isko hum log bolte hain fixing the seed. So if you take a number and your friend takes a number, whether wo US mein baitha hai ya kahin Mars pe baitha hai, uska tumhara sample same aane wala hai. That is the concept of your random state. Okay, is everyone clear? So the same concept I am using in my word cloud also, because in word cloud I am generating the orientation is random. So for every random number or for every unique number, a different orientation would be generated. That's the only concept. Okay, I hope that gives clarity. Okay, guys, tell me one thing. Tomorrow, how many people are about to come to class? Agar jitne log aaj hi hain class mein 5-6 people, then probably tomorrow I will take the session from home itself. है ना? I'll try avoiding completely class. So decide करो कितने लोग आने वाले हैं. अगर बहुत सारे लोग क्लास में आने वाले हैं, then probably I'll take an effort to come to the class, because today कितने 5 to 6 people are. जितने आज ऑनलाइन में वो उनमें से कोई आने वाला है? कितने आने वाले हैं? Okay, ठीक है. Then probably you guys जो आज क्लास में है, tomorrow they can also join from the home also for one day. So Saturday probably I'll take the class from the home, and then Monday I'll visit. So those who want to come to the class physically, they can come on. Sorry, not on Mondays. On Sunday I'll come. Saturday I'll take it from home. But class रहेगा, ठीक है ना? Only thing is, a few people can. Those who have taken effort to come today, probably they can reduce their effort for tomorrow. Again, I'm repeating, it's only for tomorrow, not for every day. Sunday again I would be visiting the class. And जो लोग online में हैं, I'll expect them to start coming to the class from at least from Monday. I know Ganesh Chaturthi is there, people might have gone home or whatever, but at least they are attending the class with full honesty. No? ठीक है guys, so I don't want to continue anymore. तबीयत सही नहीं लग रही है, but please practice running your Vader and text block on your Amazon food review. Okay, and let me set up the agenda for tomorrow. कल का class थोड़ा सा नए टेरिटरी में हम लोग जाएंगे. We will start with our time series. ठीक है, your NLP comes to end. NLP comes to end. Tomorrow we'll start with our time series. Please starting का एक क्लास दो क्लास मिस मत करना time series का, because theory portion would be coming, and if you miss theory, probably coding part would be very difficult for you to understand, है ना? एक बार coding miss करोगे तभी भी चलता है, but theory miss करोगे तो coding probably will you will struggle in understanding the coding. Okay, so we'll start with time series, and probably theory I'm saying it may go up for at least 6 to 7 hours. So tomorrow obviously no coding part would be involved. अगर theory खत्म हो जाए तो बहुत ही अच्छा है. And then probably on Sunday obviously we'll start with our coding, and coding again let's say 6 to 7 hours की coding तो जाएगी with multiple examples. Okay. And after your time series, I am hoping time series will come to end on Monday. If not Monday, then on next Friday. Then probably we'll enter into the last leg, that is your neural network. And उसके बाद तुम्हारा data science with Python खत्म होने को आएगा. तक खत्म हो जाएगा, ठीक है। सो अब धीरे से पढ़ाई करना और स्टार्ट कर लो। वी आर मूविंग टुवर्ड्स द लास्ट पार्ट और लास्ट लेग, and once your time series is done, probably I consider people to be market ready. Job interviews in सब के लिए apply करना start कर दो, because by the time you apply, you get any call, neural network खत्म हो चुका होगा। Neural network will not take कितना time? Will not take more than 3 weeks. इसके लिए 3 week का time डाल देते। So I am hoping कि by September end चीजें खत्म होने पाएंगी, ठीक है, at least for the my part, ठीक है। Okay, guys. So again, I'm repeating. Tomorrow, I'm not visiting class, but I'm taking the online session. Sunday, I would be visiting. Monday, I would be visiting the class. So, kal people can avoid coming to the class. या class आता है भी तो यहाँ से online करना. That's your wish. ठीक है. Thank you again for joining and the session.